Ferrari, an iconic Italian manufacturer of sports cars, supercars, and luxury grand tours, was founded by Enzo Ferrari in 1939. Initially known as Auto Avio Costruzioni due to legal issues with Alfa Romeo, Ferrari began producing road-going sports cars primarily to fund its racing endeavors. The company boasts numerous F1 World Championships and victories at Le Mans and other prestigious races. Today, Ferrari is one of the world's most valuable brands, maintaining the exclusivity and high demand for its models by limiting production. These coveted cars are powered by some of the most advanced V6, V8, and V12 engines available. Welcome to this channel. Please subscribe. Cost drive your subscription is very important for us. Thank you. Number 7. Ferrari 250 GTO models. Just 36 Ferrari 250 GTO models were ever produced, and each one is currently accounted for. Notable owners include Ralph Lauren, jewelry heir Gianni Bulgari, and WeatherTech founder and CEO David McNeil, who reportedly paid $70 million for his 1963 Ferrari 250 GTO. During its production run, 33 Series I models were built between 1962 and 1963, with 3 additional Series I models introduced in 1964. Ferrari 250 GTO cost. When the Ferrari 250 GTO was first released, it was priced at $18,000. Adjusted for inflation, this would be around $150,000 today. Despite the high price, each buyer had to be personally approved by Enzo Ferrari himself. Today, every 250 GTO is part of some of the most exclusive automotive collections worldwide. Many consider this legendary GTO to be a priceless trophy rather than just a car. In 2018, a Ferrari 250 GTO was sold by RM Sotheby's for $48,405,000. This sale broke its own record at the time, making the Ferrari 250 GTO the most expensive car ever sold at auction for over 4 years. The price is indeed significant, and you can expect similar figures whenever one of the 36 models appears at auction. The car, chassis number 3765, was initially built for the racetrack by Ferrari and fitted with a larger, experimental 4-liter engine. As one of 34 GTO examples built with Tipo 1962 coachwork, and the only example originally equipped with a 4-liter engine, chassis number 3765 has been profiled several times in the Ferrari-focused publications Prancing Horse and Cavallino. Its period racing career was documented in magazines like Sports Car Graphic, Road and Track, and Autosport, Sotheby's said of the lot. It finished second in the 1962 1,000 km endurance race on the German Nürburgring Nordschleife circuit and competed in the legendary 24 Hours of Le Mans that year, where the team had to withdraw due to engine failure. Chassis 3765, originally featuring Tipo coachwork by Scaglietti, was later restored and converted to road-going specifications with a standard 3-liter engine before being sold into private ownership in the US. It changed hands several times before ending up with a collector in Ohio, Monday's seller, according to Sotheby's. The legendary 1960s battles between Ferrari's 250 GTOs and Ford's GT40s at Le Mans have cemented the 250 GTO's status in endurance racing history, contributing to its continued high prices in both the US and Europe. Ferrari 250 LM. 1964 Ferrari 250 LM 5845 sold for €4,510,000. This car, which once belonged to Jochen Rindt, won the Austrian Grand Prix in 1965. Delivered in 1964, Rindt drove it to an outright victory against the Maranello concessionaire's 365 P2. Later, Arthur Swanson of Squadra Bardol acquired the car, racing it in white with a center stripe. Swanson, along with co-driver Robert Ennis, competed in the 1966 Sebring 12 Hours, the 1966 Monza 1000 km, and the 1967 Targa Florio. By 1967, the car had received a new Drogo nose and competed for the second time in the Monza 1000 km. The car was later shipped to the USA and sold to Hisashi Okada in New York, who converted it for road use by adding wind-up windows, seat belts, and carpets. In this configuration, it was regularly seen around New York. In 2002, the car was sold in much the same condition as Okada had left it, but it was later fully restored to its short-nose configuration and repainted red. At the 1965 Le Mans, Ferrari's 250 LM sports car achieved its pinnacle by winning the race it was named after. Drivers Jochen Rindt and Martin Gregory celebrated not only the car's greatest moment, but also a significant victory in their careers. They were driving Ferrari's ideal mid-1960s sports racing car, featuring a mid-mounted V12 engine in a low-drag body. Even before this victory, the factory sales brochure listed the model as a Berlinetta 250/Le Mans, and internally, it was known as the 250/LM. Ferrari and Pininfarina unveiled the 250 LM at the 1963 Paris Motor Show. Aside from some luxurious touches added by Pininfarina, the 250 LM was essentially a Ferrari 250p with a roof. Both cars shared the same lengthened Dyno Sports prototype chassis and the well-tested 250 GT V12 engine. The chassis detail was quite complex and robust, featuring 4 tubes that carried oil and water to the front-mounted radiators. This setup helped maintain a better weight balance, but also made both systems vulnerable to accident damage and increased cockpit heat. To further balance the weight, 2 65-liter fuel tanks were located in front of the rear wheels. The car was fitted with fully independent suspension and inboard rear brakes, requiring very strong half shafts to handle the load. Ultimately, Ferrari had created a small, agile car that weighed only 850 kilograms when dry. Number 5. Ferrari 375 Plus. After winning the Autosport World Championship in 1953, Enzo Ferrari decided to build a small series of Spiders to lead Scuderia Ferrari's new campaign for the world title. These cars were named the 375 PLUS, featuring a powerful V12 engine of nearly 5 liters, developed by Aurelio Lampredi, with coachwork by Pininfarina. The results met all expectations, with the car achieving victories at Acadia, Silverstone, and Le Mans. However, its most significant triumph was Umberto Maglioli's victory at the Carrera Panamericana. In June 2014, 384 AM was auctioned at Bonham's Goodwood Festival of Speed for £10,753,450, then equivalent to $18.3 million. This specific example had a disputed ownership history and was ultimately sold through a private settlement following a 2-year legal case. The Ferrari 375 Plus made a stunning debut at Agadir, Morocco, in February 1954, claiming victory with Giuseppe Nino Farina behind the wheel. Despite retiring from the Dakar GP the following week, Farina set a record fastest lap before his exit. In April, Umberto Maglioli and Nino Cassani led the Giro di Sicilia in a single 375 Plus, holding a commanding lead before a mishap ended their race prematurely. Ferrari entered 4 cars in the Mille Miglia in May, but none finished the grueling race. Maglioli came closest to victory, battling Alberto Ascari's Lancia until a mechanical issue halted his progress. Undeterred, Ferrari rebounded 2 weeks later at Silverstone, where Josef Froilan Gonzalez secured a dominant win in a Formula One supporting sports car race. The 1954 Le Mans 24-hour race followed, with Gonzalez and Maurice Trintignant triumphing in a thrilling duel against Jaguar's D-Type, securing Ferrari's second victory in the prestigious event. Although the fearsome 49s were no longer raced by the Ferrari factory, entries from Mexico and the United States emerged for the Carrera Panamericana. Maglioli dominated the 5-day race, finishing 25 minutes ahead of a 375 mm and nearly 2 hours ahead of a Porsche, securing maximum points in the World Sports Car Championship for Ferrari. Number 4. La Ferrari Aperta. For most people, the price of the Ferrari LaFerrari Aperta is inconsequential. Specifications of this car were only disclosed to selected owners chosen by Ferrari. Prospective buyers had to make their case directly to Maranello to even be considered for purchasing one. Estimates for the pre-order prices range widely online, from $2.1 million to $4.9 million, depending on options, which come with substantial price tags. For instance, Ferrari telemetry alone cost over $11,000, and opting for the carbon fiber package likely surpassed the cost of an average daily driver. For enthusiasts going all out, there's the Track Inner Cams kit that records every lap, capturing both the road ahead and the driver's maneuvers to perfect techniques. With only 210 units of the Ferrari LaFerrari Aperta offered for sale, its rarity ensures it will appreciate in value. Ferrari initially reserved 200 cars for its most elite customers, while 9 were set aside to commemorate Ferrari's 70th anniversary. The final car in the series was auctioned off to complete this exclusive production run. LaFerrari Aperta interior. The interior of the Ferrari LaFerrari Aperta is infused with unmistakable F1 influences, evident in details such as the shape of the steering wheel, placement of controls, and pedal design. A toggle allows for switching between tachometer displays for either relaxed or competitive driving modes. Despite its focus on performance optimization, the interior of the LaFerrari Aperta remains remarkably comfortable. Every detail has been meticulously crafted, from the sculpted design to the central carbon fiber spine dividing the seats. Rear visibility exceeds that of other hypercars, while thoughtful control placement ensures ease of use. Overall, the Ferrari LaFerrari Aperta specifications are both distinctive and timeless, offering an optimal seating position and a blend of luxury and performance. The LaFerrari Aperta stands out from the ordinary. Engineers strengthened its body and chassis to match the structural rigidity of the coupe version. Maintaining identical torsional modes allowed them to avoid recalibrating the magnetic suspension system. Number 3. Ferrari SA Aperta. This special series model is strictly limited to just 80 units, all of which have already been sold. Ferrari decided to produce 80 SA Apertas to commemorate Pininfarina's 80th anniversary. The SA designation also honors Sergio and Andrea Pininfarina, whose company and designs have contributed to some of Maranello's most successful road cars. Drawing from the legacy of Ferrari's esteemed Grand Tourers like the 550 Barchetta and 575 Superamerica, the SA Aperta features a front-mounted 6.0 liters naturally aspirated V12 engine delivering 661 ap, borrowed from the track-oriented 599 GTO. Its F1 6-speed automated manual transmission has been tuned for a smoother feel, complemented by adaptive suspension and exhaust components derived from the 599XX, crafting a distinctive and timeless driving experience. Designed as a true roadster, the SA Aperta invites enthusiasts to embrace the open-top motoring with a low-slung windshield and a profile that gracefully arcs rearward from the A-post to aerodynamic fins, seamlessly integrating the roll bars. The chassis, stiffened compared to its closed-top Berlinetta counterpart, maintains performance prowess without sacrificing agility. This particular model showcases an eye-catching Grigio Silverstone exterior with a contrasting upper half, a hallmark of the SA Aperta's design. Inside, Chiacolado-colored leather upholstery with silver accents echoes the A-pillar and aerodynamic fins, complemented by a bespoke Chidoni luggage set, including original protective bags. The SA Aperta stands as a testament to Ferrari's storied history, embodying elegance, purebred performance, and exclusivity reserved for the most passionate Ferrari aficionados. When it comes to rarity, chances are slim that you'll ever encounter another 599 SA Aperta while behind the wheel of this Ferrari, as only 80 were ever produced in Maranello. With your attention focused on its 670 ap, 6.0-liter naturally aspirated V12 engine, your eyes will likely be fixed on the rev counter. Originally delivered in June 2011 to its first owner in Asia, this car spent a decade as part of his extensive Ferrari collection, seldom driven. Hence, its shockingly low mileage of just 467 miles suggests that the powerful Enzo-derived V12 engine under the hood has seen minimal use. As for its condition, it remains unsurprisingly pristine and essentially brand new. If you're brave enough to add miles to this immaculate 599 SA Aperta, be sure your driving gloves are the white cotton variety. So, if you're in search of a summer cruiser and find today's convertible supercars lacking the rarity and subtlety of this hyper-rare Ferrari, then this would certainly be a compelling choice. Number 2. Ferrari Roma. The 2024 Ferrari Roma is priced starting at $247,308, with the top-end models reaching up to $281,920. The Roma represents Ferrari's second V8-powered front-engine coupe, succeeding the now discontinued GT4 Lusso T. It boasts a robust 612 horsepower twin-turbo V8 engine paired with a rear-mounted 8-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission, delivering exhilarating performance up to its 7,500-watt redline. Inside the cabin, drivers are greeted by a predominantly digital interface. While the Roma offers back seats, they are more symbolic than practical, yet the interior surprisingly feels spacious. Priced around $250,000, this Ferrari unleashes its abundant horsepower to evoke exhilaration akin to butterflies in your stomach. Ferrari introduces the fabric top option for the 2024 Roma with a new convertible Spider variant. According to the automaker, the convertible roof adds only 185 pounds to the coupe's weight. It can be raised or lowered in just 13.5 seconds, operating smoothly at speeds up to 37 miles per hour. Engine, transmission, and performance. Nestled under the long hood and positioned towards the center of the car, the Ferrari Roma houses a turbocharged 3.9-liter V8 engine generating 612 horsepower and 561 pound-feet of torque. It is paired with an 8-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission, DCT, that first appeared on the even more exclusive Ferrari SF90 Stradale. Although we've had the opportunity to drive the Roma, track performance testing has not been conducted yet. Nevertheless, our experience behind the wheel revealed that this Ferrari excels in both relaxed cruising and spirited cornering. The high-revving V8 engine delivers a symphony of sound, and the DCT responds swiftly to requests for rapid gear changes, especially in sport or race mode. While the steering requires minimal effort, we appreciated its precise and direct handling characteristics. While adorned with the iconic prancing horse logo, the Roma leans more towards being a grand tourer rather than a dedicated track performer. Accordingly, it offers passengers a richer array of infotainment and connectivity features compared to certain other Ferrari models. This includes an 8.4-inch vertically mounted touchscreen, along with a separate screen dedicated to the front passenger. Interior, comfort, and cargo. Crafted with leather and adorned with fork suede, the interior of the Roma combines luxurious materials with a distinctive design. Each front seat passenger is enveloped by a sweeping dashboard that seamlessly extends into the doors and a floating center console. The driver is greeted by a sizable 16-inch fully digital gauge cluster, which responds to haptic controls on the Roma's button-laden flat-bottom steering wheel. Its 2+2 seating configuration includes rear seats that accommodate adults for shorter journeys when the front seats are adjusted properly. Unlike many other Ferrari models, the Roma features a spacious central area, although its interior storage compartments are not particularly abundant. Number 1. Ferrari 250 Testa Rossa. A remarkably rare Ferrari race car is set to be auctioned in February with an estimated value of $34 million to $38 million. The car in focus is a 1958 Ferrari 250 Testa Rossa, specifically one of only 19 Pontoon Fendered variants crafted by Sergio Scaglietti, known for their desirability. What adds to its allure is its rarity among Testa Rossas, retaining its original matching numbers engine and gearbox, confirmed by Ferrari's Red Book certification. Recently certified by Ferrari's Classiche department following a thorough restoration, this car, bearing chassis number 738TR, boasts a racing history that includes nearly 20 period races and 4 victories. Sotheby's Sealed will present the car at a sealed auction in Detroit, Michigan from February 21 to 23. While bidding details remain confidential, the auction house anticipates the car to fetch between $34 million and $38 million. Design and development. The Ferrari 250 Testa Rossa was initially developed to meet the regulations of the 1957 World Sports Car Championship, which mandated a maximum engine displacement of 3 liters starting in 1958. This prompted Ferrari to upgrade from the 2.0-liter 4-cylinder engine of the 500TR/500 TRC Testa Rossa to the more potent 3.0-liter V12 designed by Colombo, already successful in the 250 GT series. Alongside the new engine, Ferrari enhanced the Testa Rossa's chassis and bodywork. Enzo Ferrari's emphasis on reliability shaped its design, prioritizing endurance over raw speed. Carlo Chitti, the chief designer during the 250 TR's development, balanced Ferrari's conservatism with experimental innovations that kept the car competitive until 1962. Giotto Bizzarini contributed aerodynamic improvements for the 1961 season, while Andrea Fraschetti played a pivotal role in the early prototype development before his tragic death during testing in 1957. Scuderia Ferrari raced and refined the 250 TR from 1957 to 1962, producing a total of 33 units across various specifications. Among them, 19 were sold as customer versions to private racing teams, featuring left-hand drive Scaglietti bodies with distinctive pontoon fenders and live rear axles. These customer cars did not benefit from ongoing Scuderia Ferrari upgrades, but were often modified by independent teams or acquired second-hand Scuderia Ferrari cars to remain competitive in racing circuits.